fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, 'cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. Told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, 'cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. Trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. Tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray. I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no, you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smite Draft League for the Challenger Division. The time has come and I couldn't be more excited to bring it to you. My name is Nathan DePaulo and I am one of the league coordinators. With me is also a little bit Asian, also league coordinator, and a new face, or voice I should say. I want to welcome Anthony, one of our newest casters. Say hello, Anthony.
Hello, it's great to finally get a chance to talk. I got the unfortunate timing of being sick during all the scouting grounds, but I'm so excited to catch up and get to see everybody's names and read all these exciting playstyles and see how these teams fan out.
That's excellent. And also, Asian, why don't you say hello to everyone who's here with us?
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Asian. Yeah, no, Anthony, I'm excited to kind of get to pick your brain a little bit. I hope you've seen a little bit of these scouting grounds coming out from the Challenger division. It's been it's been pretty spicy. There's been some crazy games coming out. We've got a lot of standout players as well. The draft pool is quite large, and I know a lot of these captains have been coming out and doing their due diligence with all the scouting. And dang it, I know I gave them some good information to work off here, and if they say otherwise, then I will just simply cry. So
yeah, I've been looking through your encyclopedia. It's pretty impressive.
Thank you, right? It is kind of nice. I know Swiftfish wanted me to drop something for him, which I'll maybe do mid draft at some point in time. I'm a little disposed of at this point, but yeah, no, it's looking good. This whole sheet is honestly gorgeous. I don't want to toot my own horn, but man, once you figure out how to do pivot tables, whew, it's a whole different world.
There's a lot of information there, that is for sure. Well, why don't we go ahead and get started? The very first pick up is our captain virtually. So team name we have listed here, City Boys. Tell me about these team names. Are these sticking around? Are these temps? What's the story there?
So I dropped it off to the captains and I let them know, hey boys, you gotta all pick up your own team names. The Challenger division is going to be a little bit different than the Premier division, so you guys are all open to picking your own names, but I don't want anything that's going to be R-rated, so we're keeping it PG-13. Virtually was one of the first names that actually was submitted with City Boys. I believe it was actually Toe Taker and Ray Lindman who gave me team names almost immediately. Toe Taker with Dropkick Kings, and then Ray Lindman with the Warpers. But City Boys, we have City Boys, and we also have Small Town Girls. So that'll be fun. And I see we have our first pick kind of coming up here.
Okay. And we're excited to hear who it is.
It looks like it's going to be Remarkable Wolf.
Remarkable.
So Remarkable
that's
Wolf,
a great pick.
That's a damn good pick. So Remarkable Wolf is a fragger, a very aggressive ADC player. They are a diamond level player. Some of their more comfort picks are going to end up being Rama, Heim, Jingwei. So fragger doesn't necessarily sound appropriate when we mention three very late game gods, but I've seen them play. I've played with them, and let me tell you, they don't let go of that W key. Remarkable is a very good ADC. Definitely one of the better ones I've played with in my time. They've done a few leagues in the past. And yeah, I mean, as far as how they like to play, they're looking to be a lane bully. They're trying to snowball and be a late game presence for their team overall. As long as there's a wall built for them by their tanks, they're probably going to succeed. So having virtually a very aggressive jungler with a snowball-oriented ADC, you're sitting in a pretty good spot for that. So definitely excited to see that one come through.
Yeah, and I like the combo a lot with being a self-proclaimed shot caller, team fighter, playing for trades, all of those things, being self-confident enough to being able to say, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to create these fights and create momentum and opportunities for my team. That's really hard to find in a player. So,
absolutely, one of the main things that I look for when watching the games and watching how everyone plays, either by POV or just the bird's eye view, is seeing how players position. And I know watching Remarkable Wolf, one of his better things in the team fight stage was actually his positioning, and that's one of the most difficult things to get down as an ADC, because once you get a tank running at you, it's kind of hard to deal with it. Hey, we got a second pick coming in. Tragic Fox going to Animosity. Hello. All right, what do we have on Tragic Fox? Anthony, hit me. What do you got?
Well, we've got a diamond, and it looks like let's see what we got here. If I can scroll over on Tragic Fox, we have a diamond ADC main. I like what I'm seeing there.
And I'm just going to say that's two ADC mains right out of the gate.
Yeah,
that's kind of showing you some of the logic that these captains are thinking about. And the only other color that I can add to this is Animosity and Tragic Fox were on a team from a previous league that I happen to be a part of. So
yeah, it does have here they've done a
couple
leagues.
Some serious synergy there. But these two have played together, Animosity and Tragic Fox.
Yeah, looks like we got Apollo, On Her, and Rama coming out, which is, that screams to me a longtime player. That screams to me experience. Screams to me confidence too, because those are some characters that Obviously, they can have their late game exciting moments, but if you get caught out on any of those three characters, then boy, will you be going down a path of embarrassment and quickly.
Positioning is very important. Tragic Fox is a damn good player as well. So yeah, that'll be a fun matchup. Watching the City Boys versus Small Town Girls. You got two jungle captains coming out with their first picks both being ADC mains. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to that. It looks like we have Nieshi coming in with their next pick, and this one's spicy, boys. This one's spicy. This is our boy Lockin. Over in the Discord. He is a jungle ADC player. He does dabble in a little bit of solo, but I don't see him touch it all too much. I have played in leagues with him in the past. We've done a beer league together. He's one of the most enjoyable players to play with, simply because I love ripping on him all the time. But he's a good player. He's a very good player. He's also one of those type of guys who will always hold on to the W key. If there is potential for a kill, there is no such thing as potential. There will be a kill. He is going to go for it. It doesn't matter if he's diving Phoenix at 10 minutes. He's going for it. So I like that. If you're trying to play for an aggressive play style coming from Nieshi, then I'm totally about it.
I like the wide god pool too.
Exactly. There is a huge god pool coming out of Weave there.
And that is 3 for 3 ADC mains. I just got to throw that out there.
Yeah, it looks like these teams know exactly what they wanted coming into this draft.
There is some priority coming through there.
Very different from last night too, where we saw a lot of jungle picks going early.
Yeah,
our
absolutely.
boy Giant Dogs. His term is up, and Unchained is the team name. This is one he picked himself because he is he's a Fenrir main.
Looney Tunes coming in. All right, cool. Let's go check out.
Speaking of wide god pools.
So, goes by the name Taylor Tot in the Discord. They are also a diamond player. We have a mid ADC player. So, yeah, we're seeing a whole lot of emphasis being put on squishy characters or squishy players. Mids and ADCs being picked up almost immediately. So, it seems like a lot of players are trying to focus on their late game carries at this point in time. So, I'm looking at Taylor Tot's God Pool. We're seeing an Apollo, Charybdis, Hachi. They have a very large god pool in the mid lane. They've done a lot of leagues in the past as well. I'm actually going to pull up how well they did in the overall. They went 2 for 2. They went 2 for 2 in the scouting ground circuit, and they also ended up only dying 5 times to their 22 kills. So yeah, I can see why you might want to look at them pretty early. That makes sense. That's a good pick.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is our new captain coming in, Toe Taker. Toe Taker, I've made a lot of foot puns for them.
Yeah, I feel like I need to tighten my socks.
I wanted to make his name Footlocker so bad, but for copyright reasons, I don't think we're allowed to do that.
I'd rather go to Toe Takers over Footlocker anyway.
I totally, right? Malware cookies. Malware cookies coming in. Anthony, take it away. What do we got on malware cookies?
So for malware cookies, it looks like we're looking at a jungle main, which is a bit refreshing. And Gilgamesh and Thor, I got to admit, I like the power that I'm sensing from that.
It's very Chad energy.
Yeah, big Chad energy, big running down the lane. You know, assuming you aren't ulting jungle camps, there's a lot of trust there.
I've done it. We've all done it at least once, where we ulted onto a red buff, and frankly, it just feels good.
Of course. I mean, how could you not? It looks like their stats were not bad. It looks like we had an 11 and 6 and a 9 and 3 with 11 and 10 assists respectively. So pretty decent performances coming out too.
I love it. I love to hear it. That is. Yeah, I remember putting in the stats, because a lot of the stats I had to input, they were done manually, and then I had a lot of different things kind of pulling from that. But I remember seeing malware cookies, and they were one of the standout names to me as well. I didn't have a chance to watch a lot of their games, but I did see malware cookies here and there, and it was kind of like, okay, not only is that a nice name, I enjoy that name. I assume they're referencing some more IT oriented things, but just the actual stat lines were nothing to scoff at. So definitely a presence. King of Darkness coming through, my fellow Canadian. What is going on? Welcome to being drafted in the first round, 6th pick overall.
With a jungle support flex coming in there too.
I love that. I love the versatility.
Is that the first support we've seen come off the board?
I think it is. I'm looking at everyone. I'm kind of updating the list as we go, and I'm pretty sure that is going to end up being the first. So yeah,
And,
that is.
I got to admit, I was kind of looking out for that because for a lot of these challenger teams, I'm kind of looking for leadership to come through as a big aspect, and you find that very commonly in support players because you're going to need those play calls, that team synergy, and obviously a carry and a mid at the end of the game are going to be killing people left and right. But if you have nobody who's telling you to attack fire, or maybe all group up mid lane, and you got everybody spread out around the map, you're going to be wishing you had that shot caller and leader on your team.
Absolutely. And honestly, I've been enjoying support a lot lately too myself. So being able to kind of watch the entire map as you go, and then kind of control the tempo. Yeah, I really like that pick. However, I do know Mad Matt is also a support player. So there may be potential for the flex coming out of King of Darkness. So he might actually be going towards more of the jungle pick itself, to allow Matt to play his main. And Matt has a very nice god pool as far as supports go as well. You'll end up seeing a lot of Baron.
And I do like that too, because being able to say that you can flex the jungle and support tells me that there's a lot of experience and a lot of game knowledge there, which those are also two things that are just so invaluable. You can't even put a number on it, really.
Exactly. So no, that's really nice. So it looks like we have Ray Lindman coming up, and we are selecting Gear Chief 18. Gear Chief going 7th overall in the draft. I'm going to pull them up right now. Let's see what we got on Gear. So Gear is a diamond level jungler solo player. They play a lot of Lancelot, Fenrir, Cleo, Osiris. So you're looking at a lot of the gods who are mostly just kind of chainsaws, like I'm just going to absolutely melt you or just kind of burn you down. Fenrir being more of the, I'm not necessarily going to melt you, I'm not overly bursty, but I do have a lot of CC and I do have a very obnoxious ult.
Yeah, and it looks like, as a matter of fact, your Chief's best performance did come on that Fenrir, so that does add up.
And you know what? If you're in a comp setting and you have to ban out a Fenrir, and Fenrir is not necessarily meta, but it's just like a really comfortable pocket pick for someone, that will absolutely run an entire team. Like that can completely destroy a team's draft, or bans rather. So that's a really nice to have if that's a comfort pick for them. I love that. I love that so much.
Absolutely.
Same things with Thors and stuff like that. If you straight up have to ban out a Thor because someone's just too good on the god, whew, that's what feels bad.
Yeah, and those characters are never the number one pick for those players that you're target banning. So they're really just opening themselves up for, a new surprise to come out of there. It's kind of like a few years ago when Variety in the SPL was starting to pick up steam. They target ban a Thanatos, and a Tyr, and you'd still have 3 or 4 gods ready to pick.
Oh man, yeah, I remember that. So we got Smexy coming out in the first round. Let's go. Going over to Midriff. So Smexy is a solo main. I met Smexy over in another league, and I was looking forward to actually versing them in solo at one point in time. Never got the opportunity, but I know Smexy holds their own. They're very good. I enjoy playing or hearing about them and then kind of hearing what's going on. Smexy's a gold level solo laner. He prefers more in-your-face sort of gods, Achilles and Kukulin. He's got lots of experience in the professional scene or the amateur competitive scene. Very much a lane bully based off the gods that they've picked, Achilles and Kukulin. They like to try and snowball, and they're more oriented in like the actual team fight stage. So they're going to try and snowball and then just play around, build a wall, and make sure that their squishies can do their job. So good pick coming out. I do like seeing some solo prio every now and then.
Yes, finally.
Yeah, I know, right? Give me some representation, guys. Oh my goodness. So we got the next pick coming out. It's going to be Mental Depressed. Anthony, take it away. What do we got?
It looks like, if my eyes don't deceive me, it looks like we have another jungle pick coming out. And a jungle mid flex actually. And that's a platinum player. I do. And it looks like another wide variety of characters. I do see a Loki, so I'm starting to shake a little inside and sweat a little bit. But aside from that, everything else here is looking tip-top shape. Some people just don't recover from their first, being dunked on by a Loki in a in a 15-hour ranked grind while you're sweating and you're out of water and your AC stopped working and a Loki just ulted you for the 5th time and your team's VER, and you just can't even breathe.
Man, that is so unbelievably relatable and oddly specific, but still relatable. Shout out quickly to Mental Depressed. Mental Depressed did help fill in for a lot of Challenger scouting ground sets, the qualifying sets themselves, to make sure that teams could actually get going and he could just fill whatever position for them. So I appreciate you, Mental. You're the bomb. But yeah, no, they played quite a few games. They flexed around quite a bit too. So we got the next pick coming out from Ray Lindman. Right now, looking at Ray Lindman's team, I'm kind of liking what they've got going on. And we got, oh baby, we got Z-Tant coming through. Z-Tant, I don't even need to look at this guy's information. I already know about Z. Z is a hell of a player, let me tell you. This guy
not common. You get 3 roles listed.
Yeah, exactly. So I've seen him as an ADC, and I've seen him as a mid laner. And let me tell you, he's a problem. He is really, really difficult to actually try and contain. As a solo laner, trying to dive him, it's a huge pain in the ass.
You know, I do see a 13-1 AMC game, and instantly my respect is just through the roof. I can't even put words to it.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's good at the game of Smite, I guess you could say. So yeah, no, I'm a little shocked he fell to the 2nd round. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not to try and pump him up unnecessarily, but Tant is a damn good player. He's got a lot of competitive experience. A lot of competitive players should recognize his name. Either 1, because they've got stomped by him in the past, or 2, because he's been in damn near every single league. He's been here since the dawn of time. Tant is a legend in my eyes, so we love him.
And it looks like we have another pick coming out.
Cube the face. Hello. All right, Cube.
A mid and a solo. I like that combo. That combo to me screams control. And it screams not so much the experience that it screams, but I get a big sense of, you're able to survive playing your own. Those are not easy lanes to go to, especially if you're a solo queuer in rank, so to speak.
For sure. No, that's a hell of a pick. I like that one. Toe Taker getting ready for his next pick here as well.
They're flying through these. These guys came in with a plan.
I did put a big emphasis on make sure you guys actually have a plan for what you're doing with this draft itself.
I just want to throw the notes, since I did do Premiere just yesterday. This is so much faster, so much more efficient. These captains clearly know what they want. There is no ambiguity
Absolutely.
in their mind. And I love seeing that. I'm
telling you, these captains have been running in-houses. They've been... Oh, we got the next pick coming in. Neptune Spartan. I'm gonna pump up these captains a little bit later. That's fine. We'll backtrack to that.
Yeah, we'll have time for
Spartan.
that.
Going to the Toe Taker himself, Hydra Feet, Hydra Wife. So what do we got on Neptune Spartan, Anthony? What do we got here? So it looks like Neptune is a diamond level mid laner. They like to pull out the AMC in mid as well. They've done a few leagues here and there. It seems like they're going to be the type of player who's going to try and take it a little bit slow, not necessarily try and frag in the early game. They're just trying to farm up and then get to that mid game so that we can get to the team fight stage and more play around objectives. So objective control.
Yes, and you can see that in their games too.
Yeah.
Going 7-6-6, 7-2-6 with X-Ball and AMC, you can definitely see the playstyle you're describing it within those stats.
No, I love that. I love that so much. No, that personally fits my playstyle quite a bit. It's what I like to do too. It's for me, just stay alive. As long as I can stay within about 300, 500 gold for the first 10 minutes, I'm fine, because I will absolutely just dominate in the team fight. I just got to get there. So that's 100% a viable strat. Obviously, it all depends on metas. Metas shift all the time, but it's always nice seeing others come out with that. Steel coming out for a giant dog.
I like the mid solo flex. I keep talking about that and how much I like it.
So Steel is going to end up being a support solo. I've seen him mostly support in my time around Steel. The dude is an absolute sweetheart. I must mention that first things first. He is absolutely wonderful. I would personally be happy with him as a teammate. I think he would be very beneficial to any team. In previous leagues that I've done, I've seen him come from the free agent pool and then be picked up as a full-time player. And I want to say he won that league. So he is a former champion in other well. But he's got a really good god pool coming out. He just likes the really tanky boys, the guys who just straight up have defense built into their passives. Fafnir, Sobek, Bacchus, Hercules. I don't think Horus does, but I'm just gonna group him in there anyways. Yeah, he's a fun player to have. He's a very good player. He will always sacrifice himself for his squishies as well. So he's good to have on your team if you're gonna end up picking up a hyper carry at any point in time. So good pick coming out from the Dogman himself.
Absolutely.
All right, Niashi coming out. We got an Apti coming through. Hello. Okay, so gold level player. Another ADC. Anthony, I know you love hearing about ADCs.
I do, actually. My preferred role is actually ADC. It's kind of what I've delved all my time into. So anybody with the courage to pursue that competitively has my respect instantaneously. Look, there's a reason I choose to talk behind a microphone and not go into a duo lane and toss axes with the guy across from me.
It is always the worst feeling when, and this happens to me specifically because I'm a god-awful ADC, but when you start losing the early portion of the game and then it gets to the point where they're like a level and a half up with a full power spike on you, and you just straight up can't even walk to your wave.
It's the
you
worst.
Can't even contest it. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, happens too much. I refuse to play. I refuse to play ADC. Can't do it. ADC and mid. I need to be a tank or something.
I'd love to see your disconnect penalty length.
We don't need to talk about that, man.
Sorry to call you out.
Animosity coming out with I Terminator here. So I'm gonna let you take this one, Anthony. What do we got on I Terminator?
Looks like we have a diamond solo with a pretty decent performances coming out of the scouting grounds too. We had a 4-1-14 performance on Robin, and that
is crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And a 5-4-9 on Guan Yu as well.
We're seeing some crazy players actually getting picked up, and we're now at the bottom of the second round, and there is still a lot of talent on the board. It's actually kind of wild how much we're seeing here. So right now we got Virtually. He was first pick in the first round, so he's going to end up being the last pick in the second, and then first pick in the following round, which is the third round. So I'm looking forward to see what he pulls out here. It looks like, again, he's trying to put an emphasis on being more of a snowball, very early game, classic Jade Dragon sort of style here. We're just going to run it down, and I would be surprised if you don't see Virtually trying to invade speed buffs off cooldown as well. That just seems like it's going to be
and there's many strengths to be found in that kind of play style too.
Optic Blaster is probably one of the best ways to go about that. So, Anthony, I don't know if you're familiar with Optic Blaster.
I'm not. I'd love you to fill me in.
Okay, so Optic is, as a solo laner and having versed Optic, I've versed a lot of solo laners in my time. Optic is probably the one that lives in my head rent-free. This man is so hard to lane against. He doesn't pick anything conventional. He has his own meta that he goes by. So Optic is very much a run it down sort of player. He will pick off meta things. He'll pick up Sylvanas'. He'll pick up Hades. He'll pick up Vamana. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they have good items or not. He is the Optic Blaster. We don't care. And he is going to kill in that lane. It doesn't matter if you try and pick a safe god. He will kill you. It is,
you can't name yourself the Optic Blaster and then not have a mountain of mechanical skill to back up your name.
And that's the thing. You know, the crazy thing about it, though, is he's actually an EU player. So not only did this man absolutely blow my brains out in the solo lane, but he did it on ping. So he's a damn good player.
That's pretty incredible. The Queen is proud, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. The Queen. Moment of silence. But yeah, he's a really really good player. Slim the Rebel coming out next. So yeah, I think he's accomplished it. I think virtually has done what he's set out to do. He's completed his ultimate quest of just I'm going to absolutely snowball. So we got Slim the Rebel coming out. Diamond level mid laner. Eset, Merlin, Scylla, 1 early game god, 2 late game gods. Not a whole lot of experience going on in the Smite competitive scene itself, but this might be the one person on the team who they're going to kind of slow the game around. So having 3 kill lanes is great, but having one person who could just pick the super
Yeah.
late game god and just be a hyper carry, yeah, that's that can go a long way.
And
So
for the
yeah,
lack of experience that you're talking about, the performances that were put forward in the scouting grounds on Baba Yaga in particular were just incredible when you consider no experience.
ooh, give me the numbers. I like big numbers.
We had a 3-1-3 and a 6-0-11.
Ooh, okay. Okay. I like that. I'm a fan of that. So yeah, that's definitely a team to look out for right now. Animosity on the board right now. He's picking JLLV Destroyer. So just looking at them right now, I see diamond level player, and there it is. ADCs.
Yep, and
they are
Hachiman and scouting grounds at that.
Heyo. They didn't actually even list Hachiman as a comfort pick. We got a Hu Yi and an on her, so that sounds like an aggressive player. No competitive experience in the past, but yeah, there it is. They listed themselves as a lane bully and a jungle bully. So
That
yeah,
sounds about right. I'm getting dashed on and jumped on, and
yeah, I'm gonna get on her jumped on with an impale coming into one of the pillars. Yeah, I see that. I see that happening quite a bit.
there's nothing like being waterboarded in a duo lane, you know.
Yeah, no, that's honestly, what do you want on a Sunday? Waterboarding in the dual lane? Yeah, sure, for sure. That sounds like a good time. Why not? So yeah, love that. Great pick. Again, so much talent on the board. It's really nice seeing all of that. As a reminder to everyone, roster sizes are 6 players per team. So that's going to be 6 players, including the captain. So there's going to be 5 rounds to this overall. So we still have a lot of players to go through, including my boy, Patro. Patro's currently over in Canada as well with me, my brother. He's a solo laner, and he is kind of like Weeb. Kind of like Weeb in the sense that Patro has never seen a fight he doesn't like. Kind of like Optics, like he's never seen a fight he doesn't like. He again is a very aggressive player.
I'm sorry, you said he kind of like a weeb as I was reading Mulan and Guan Yu, and I kind of lost him.
No, Weeb since 1998 or 1997. Lock-in. He's kind of like that guy. Very aggressive player. And I suppose maybe body pillows are not off the table. I don't know. I haven't talked to him about that quite yet.
Don't body pillows give you some extra casting time for your abilities in Smite? I feel like I've read that somewhere.
I believe so. I'm pretty sure that is the meta. That does make sense. I could see that.
I'm pretty sure everybody with a body pillow uses Instacast also.
Okay, well this makes sense why I don't have a body pillow. Okay, fair enough. Do you play on Instacast?
I'm a quick cast personally.
Quick cast? Okay, so you don't have a body pillow either. Okay, what's up?
No.
What's good, brother? Yeah, no,
I'm skin to skin contact like a baby.
Yeah, it's totally fair. I like that. Looks like a giant dog is gonna pull out Warm Apple Pie. Warm Apple Pie. I know this guy. I've talked to him quite a bit. He is a solo laner, and he's a pretty aggressive one. He's I would say he's more teamfight oriented as far as his god picks go. Just seeing him play quite a bit. He really likes Cthulhu. Again, doesn't matter if Cthulhu is meta. I'm sure if you even go into the I guess the stat sheet and you look him up, you'll see quite a bit of Cthulhu.
Yeah, there was a 1, 3, and 16 Cthulhu game, which is nothing to scoff at.
No, so what you'll also notice with and players when they go up against this guy, we'll definitely see it. What you'll notice is his stat line is secondary to the win. He's very much a team-oriented player. So always nice to have those players on your team. He'll give up a kill to make sure that his squishies get the experience. Like he's that type of guy. He's a great teammate. He'll always end up body blocking for the boys as well. So nice to have Warm Apple Pie being picked up by Animosity. I think that's a good pick. So I love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see who Toe is going to take next. Oh, I'm going to pat myself on the back for that one and take a sip of my water. Thanks, everybody.
That was great. That was great.
Thanks for bringing me on.
Looks like Toe is getting ready in the chat here. So there is a guy in the Premier Division by I think it's Pepsi Nitro, and he's very adamant that Pepsi Nitro is a supreme cola. However, we have Dr. Pepper coming through here. I like Dr. Pepper 123 in particular, and frankly, I also like Dr. Pepper. I think Dr. Pepper is a super drink. I don't drink a whole lot of pop, to be honest with you, though.
Yeah.
But no, Dr. Pepper, I like, in my opinion, if I have to drink a pop, it's probably top 3.
If I have to say my feelings on Dr. Pepper, I would say I really like this wide God pool.
Screw the cola. Let's talk about the God pool.
Yeah, I was just fascinated seeing this a wide range because I keep saying it, but to me, the things if I were a captain for this league, things I'd be looking for are experience, game knowledge, the ability to function as a team. And I mean, obviously, talent is important and mechanical skill is important, but a lot of those things don't matter if you don't have a functioning team and people to play a wide range of characters if you start getting things banned out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm just going to backtrack just a little bit here. Looks like... Oh, yeah. Oh, I see something. Okay. So, JLL... Whoopsies. I gotta fix my draft order real quick.
Get right ahead. You know, if we want to talk about the soda, though, I gotta be honest, I am kind of a stickler for... I have my soda moments, but lately I've been on a water kick, so not to be too boring and get myself kicked out of here, but...
Loser. Yeah, no, yeah, I too am a Hydro homie.
Hydro homie.
Yeah.
Is that the 4th evolution of Squirtle?
It actually is. It's a secret evolution. No one ever actually...
Right.
Yeah, no, it's... Oh my goodness. No, I got this bottle of water, and I don't know why I always feel obligated to bring it up, but I got this bottle of water that is 3.5 liters. I don't know how many ounces that is in freedom measurements. Or what
well,
would
speaking of freedom, let's talk about Budweiser.
Oh yes, of course, Budweiser Cranker. Okay, before we actually dive into the rank of the God pools and all that, can we just acknowledge the names have been top tier? They have been...
Yeah, challengers pulling through on the name department.
They kind of are, yeah. They're carrying us here.
There's no comparison between Budweiser Cranker and Mist Pick.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right.
But it looks like we have another solo mid flex, which I'm not even going to repeat myself for the 15th time on how much I love that combination. But more importantly, in terms of performance, Budweiser had some decent scouting grounds games. 4, 6, and 7, and a 2, 5, and 3, with Morgan Le Fay and Discordia in mid. So we didn't get to see the solo. So that's kind of what I'm interested in here.
I'm honestly getting really excited seeing how the teams are kind of rounding out here. This is like, now that we're in the middle of the draft, like smack in the middle, this is when we start seeing things kind of take shape and form, and it gets...
Exactly.
It gets a little nerve-wracking. Like, as a captain, you got to be kind of scrambling at this point. Like, oh snap, someone just took my pick. What do I do now? So yeah, that's always a little concerning. I don't envy these captains. They're definitely putting in work right now, trying to get everything going. Ray Lindman coming out with Flippin' Ninjas,
and it looks like we've got a true support pick and a Kepri player at that coming through.
So I have watched, I believe Flipping Ninjas, and Ray Lindman was actually one of the first captains to get their qualifying set done. And the one of the standout players that I had noticed was Flipping Ninjas, because I watched this man play. I think it was Kepri, and he was honestly carrying. He was a crazy good player. It's hard to actually do that coming out of support.
Yeah, there is a 5-4 in 22 game on his Kepri that I'd like to discuss.
Yeah, that's pretty cash, eh? That's pretty cash.
I want to know about the 5 people and what was happening, how they were feeling.
They'll never
I
be
want
the
to know.
same.
I want to know what happened. Were they grabbed? Did they have the sun rain down on them, or did they run under tower with like 4 HP left, and there was 1 tick left of Rising Dawn that they didn't expect, and now they're screaming and breaking their monitors?
Okay, so 2 things. First, you never recover from being beat up by a dung beetle. Secondly, whenever a dung beetle gets a kill, never stealing a kill, soloed. You always scream soloed. So
And speaking of solo, let's talk about somebody who played Ganesh in Scouting Grounds, and that is Dracul.
Dracul, the vamp, the homie. This guy is just lovely, honestly. Not even talking about his god pool, just as a person. I just genuinely like Dracul. Dracul's just a really good person overall. So right off the bat, going to help the team's mental quite a bit. I've seen him do a couple of comp leagues as well. In fact, he's actually been on a team with Nova, one of our fellow admins here. So he's a pretty good player in his own right. Nothing to scoff at. Like Dracul can flex into quite a bit of different roles. I believe he only listed himself as a support, but I've seen him play jungle as well, and he definitely holds his own. Dracul's a good player.
Yeah, and Dracul comes alongside having some flex pick supports. I don't want to give away, the secrets of the trade, but I'm seeing a lot of Serket and Nox supports here, which are always exciting to me. A little bit old school, but I love it.
No, I'm into that. Man, Nox is annoying. If you're versing a good Nox support, that is really annoying. I don't want to deal with that. Getting silenced and then getting rooted, and then you get the Nox ult thrown at you where you're just all of a sudden not doing damage. That is annoying,
Yeah,
man.
people sleep on the damage reduction.
They absolutely do. It's like that part of the kit where you just don't realize kind of exists. So yeah, hate seeing that. It looks like we're gonna have the second pick coming up from midriff. And it's gonna be Soul Z. I hope I'm saying that right. Otherwise, Soul ZC. Alternatively, Souls K. So hopefully one of those 3 was actually the correct iteration of your or pronunciation of your name. If not, you can DM me and yell at me all you like.
Throw paint at a canvas and hope something sticks.
It's literally what I had just done, and I feel as though with one of those 17 attempts, I may have nailed it. Or as virtually says, Souls C. Huh? You know what? I think I got it.
Very wide god pool for souls. They actually listed that they're basically comfortable on everything in mid, which, gutsy claim, but I like it, especially when you look at their Scouting Grounds performance, in that they performed very well, in particular on a Merlin game, going 10-4-5.
Dang. Okay, yeah. So a sneaky pick, a very sneaky pick. You love to see it. Good pickup there coming out from midriff. I'm excited by this next one. I don't know if you see this, but I'm excited by this next pick coming up right here. I'm about to get real hype.
You're getting me antsy.
It's my BFF, Gabba, coming through. She doesn't really know the numbers. In fact, on her actual sign-up sheet, I'm pretty sure she straight up in the Discord name column, she put in Gabba. I don't know the numbers. It's like, okay, well that works too, I suppose, Gabba. Thank you. No, but Gabba is a diamond level player as well. She is a mid main. I want to say she picks a lot of gods who don't have a whole lot of mobility to them. Morgan Le Fay, yeah, I want to say she's played Nuwas. Yeah, could be a Persephone main as well. And you know what? Persephone's annoying to deal with. So team fighter. This looks like a team fighter. She is a slow player for mid-late game. So she's trying to play more for the team fights and play around objectives as well. So as long as she's got a wall, she's chilling. Gabba is a sweetheart.
And with that lack of mobility, the positioning from Gabba is going to be something to watch for this season.
Huge. So shoutouts to Gabba getting drafted. I'm so proud of you. I call her dad in the Discord quite a bit. She just kind of goes with it, so she's definitely a homie. We appreciate her.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Does she actually come home with milk? Is my next question.
My dad's never come home. I don't know. No, I'm joking. He's still getting cigarettes. No. I mean, I suppose so, but like maybe she's just like an almond milk type person. But I just found out almond milk uses like a whole lot of water. So like I'm moving over to oat milk recently. That's just kind of where I'm at. But
it looks like we have a new pick coming in here, and If anybody is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, there's some cheat codes in Black Air Forces.
Is there?
Yeah, there's something about it, and I don't want to get too deep into the lore behind that, but trust me when I say it can make the difference in a team comp.
Man. Okay, well, I'm gonna need you to DM me at some point in time, and kind of give me the lore on that.
Yeah, I'll make sure I hit you up with that. But for now, let's talk about Black Air Force's lore, and that is a jungle mid ADC flex. I feel like I'm reading from an encyclopedia, just trying to look at these gods and all these different roles that Black Air Forces can play. It's very impressive.
Holy, yeah, no, that's a lot of gods. That is all the gods. This guy just went ahead and just took all, what is it, 120 some odd gods from Smite, and he's like, me, this right here, smack. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. Snowball oriented sort of player. They like to play around objectives. They look forward to the team fight itself, and they want to burst everyone down. So yeah, looking forward to how they come out and kind of run the league here. Platinum level player. Again, very flexible. They can really go in any sort of position here. So we'll see how that one goes. Looks like Toe Taker is still deciding on what they want to go here. So
yeah, as we're getting into these later rounds, I have noticed a slight slowdown. A lot of these captains are getting their picks out of the way, but now they're trying to figure out, this is a big pool to go through of players and figure out what your team needs, what your team wants, the direction you want to go. It's very tough.
The way the scouting grounds were also designed, it also put an emphasis on captains seeing what availability players actually had, right? Like, you're not just doing an open house, open in-houses, like whoever can come. It was, no, you're actually trying to schedule around these players' availability. And if you find that a player has availability that's really hard to maneuver around, then maybe that's not worthwhile having on your team. So
yeah, if your only availability is 4 a.m. on Tuesdays, I can't guarantee you're going to be my support player.
But that was the reason it was designed this way. There's a lot more information that you get when you actually have to do things like that. And we're coming out with AJ Rave. Oh my goodness! I hope he's a Khepri player, because there's a Rave skin in there.
We've got a mid ADC solo player. So unless we're seeing a Khepri ADC get brought out in one of these games,
man,
I'd be in full support of. By the way,
I would lose my mind. I would love it. You ever see people play Khepri mid? I've seen some Khepri mids, and they bop. They like Khepri.
Yeah.
Khepri hits hard. If built right. So no, that's well, actually I can't say right, if built awkwardly.
I was gonna say, yeah, nothing says building Khepri right like adding a Polynomicon on there.
Yeah, of course. Straight up, those auto cancels actually, or those auto weaves, they do come out pretty fast.
Oh my god, absolutely.
You one cancel and immediately weave again. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But AJ Rave did have some, the performances weren't anything to scoff at. There was a 2, 4, and 15 Baba Yaga that stands out to me from the scouting grounds.
Heck yeah. As long as you're a part of the fight, that's all that really matters. You get your damage off, then you're chilling.
Exactly. House.
House is so OP. Do you build Gauntlet of Thebes on the house? Like when you're playing Baba Yaga?
Would you do it? I won't lie to you and say I haven't. And that'll be my answer.
I mean, you just gotta do it, man. You just gotta do it. You're stocking anyways for free, so I don't see why not. Okay, Giant Dog getting ready with the next pick right now. Looks like it is coming up in just a moment. Bam, Anthony, take it from here. What do we got?
It looks like we've got Claude coming out, and that is going to be a jungle mid ADC solo.
Oh,
is there
boy.
anything Claude can't do? Claude, I actually ripped one of my sweaters today, so if you could hit me up in DMs, I think your sewing skills could come in big handy. But Claude did not have the most spectacular showings on ADC in particular in Scouting Grounds, which can be chalked up to many things. But honestly, Claude could have gone 0-25, but with a flex pool of roles like that, my interest is piqued.
Definitely. That is wild. I love seeing players who are just so flexible with their actual god pools. It just really tells the opposing team, you can't ban me out. You can try, but you're just gonna burn all your bans, and I still have a full team who's got pocket picks as well.
Exactly.
So that versatility is so valuable. Yeah, that's a sneaky one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna put up any sort of front. I didn't even realize Claude was actually still on the board and this versatile. So that's on me. Claude, my bad, man. My bad. You're coming out, though, and you're going to be swinging. I'm looking forward to watching you play.
It looks like Tactical Feeders are working on their next pick.
Yeah, she's getting ready here. Sam Antics. Hello. Okay. So, Sam, if you guys are not familiar with Sam in this Discord, Sam is the one with the picture of, oh my goodness. I can't remember the game. It's escaping me now. It's that new like Looney Tunes, almost like
Multiverse?
Super Smash Bros. Yeah, Multiverse. That one.
Multiverses, excuse me.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, his picture is that. So he's a veteran of the Smite scene. I know he's played in quite a few leagues. He's been part of orgs, owned orgs, stuff like that. He's definitely been around. He's seen everything. He's traveled the world. He's done backflips, solid ground, no trampoline. No, Sam is definitely a veteran of the Smite comp league. Or leagues and scene overall. So that's a very good pick, especially if you're trying to get that sort of stability on the team itself.
Absolutely. And there were some good performances as well in the scouting grounds. One on Kepri, one on Horus, and 2-2-5 and 4-4-15 respectively. So very good showing.
I love that. So just as a little shout out real quick, we are now on the 31st pick of the draft, and then we got last round coming afterwards. Animosity getting ready for the Small Town Girls, his team, and a name that I didn't force on him. He actually picked this name himself. It was all him. Lucent Colors coming through. Lucent support main, probably one of the best Yamoja players I've personally seen with my own eyes. That's not in the pro league. Lucent is good. He looks at a lot of those like backliner sort of supports. So like Kepris and Yamojas and stuff like that. But boy oh boy, his Yamoja ults are nasty. Yeah, I'm stoked
the
about that
value and the setup and the ability to free up your team to kind of be able to do anything they want from playing those backline supports is something that even the best players tend to overlook at times.
No, absolutely. There's a lot of value in having a diamond level support, and I'm very surprised he actually had fallen this far. Terra as well, if you're looking for more of a late game oriented support, like that's another one of his comfort picks. And Terra is not an overly easy god to play as far as Smite gods go. Like, let's be real, once you kind of figure out a god's kit, I mean, anyone can actually play it, but it's just like really timing those dashes properly with all the walls and trying to set up the walls in a proper time. Terra, I find, actually has a pretty high ceiling. Terra's a fun god. Love Terra. Difficult to play around.
I remember when Terra first came out, there was the strat of going up to your Phoenix and getting proxied by a Terra's walls before 35 seconds in the game, and that was not a fun time to be playing.
Dude, do you remember when Terra ult would just go global? Like, that was ridiculous. Memories.
Oh, that one hurts.
Oh my goodness. Now it just bursts really hard. So if you go full damage Terra, which I believe in a previous league, we had a player do full damage Terra jungle. I want to say that was our boy Killshot had done full damage Terra jungle. And it was a playoff game too. He honestly did all right in the early game. It's just he couldn't keep up with an actual traditional bursty assassin afterwards. But I mean, I think that's more of a god pick.
Yeah, for sure.
Virtually, hello, OLKX Hard Killer coming through. My first thought immediately is I remember back in the day of like the old Xbox Live names that had all the X's.
XX,
so,
yeah.
Like the more X's you had, the cooler you were.
XX, MLG, Mountain Dew, Chugger, XX.
yeah. I didn't realize you had my old username. That's crazy.
Yeah, I did. But honestly, what jumped out to me right away, I went over and looked at Hard Killer's stats from Scouting Grounds, and I see a 0-4 and 13 on Ymir and a 4-0-11 on Sobek. Those getting to finally see Ymir's name pop up on here has me just feeling tingles. That was the first character I played. I think I can speak for everybody when I say your first character in Smite, you don't know what's happening, and those builds are just frightening. So just getting to see somebody play that through has me feeling some kind of way. Yeah,
You
I always remember
first.
my first. Ymir was my first. Icicles and all.
Oh, that's so. It just brings a tear to my eye. That's gorgeous. So yes, Ymir coming through on Hard Killer there, and so is Dashi Wei. And I hope I'm saying that name right. Dashi, let's go check you out. I want to say Dashi was yes, jungle, mid, solo. So on the initial sign up, fun fact: only one person had ever actually signed up on the actual sign up sheet as a bronze. Dashi had signed up as a bronze, but seeing their, if I remember correctly, seeing their scouting ground performances, I on my original document, I wrote down like this guy might actually be a problem, and not like he's going to be a league-wide problem. We have to watch this guy more. Like he might actually be really good. He's just a sleeper pick that no one's actually aware of. So this was something I checked his Smite Guru and everything. Like yeah, the guy might be a sleeper. Not everyone plays ranked. I personally don't like playing ranked. I think
same.
I just don't think it's a good time. So yeah, this is one of those players that I personally have been trying to keep my eye on because I want to see how good they really are. So jungle mid solo player. Solo wise, they play King Arthur, Achilles, Cthulhu. So these are some of the gods I like to play as well. This is going to be their first time actually coming out and doing any sort of competitive Smite. So looking forward to, like we said before, being the first. You always remember your first. And they're okay with potentially being a sub as well. Coming on to the last round, there is potential for that.
Yeah, absolutely, and very good going alongside your, sleeper pick. The performances in Scouting Grounds: 6-0-9 King Arthur, 3-3-1 tier, 1-2-8 King Arthur.
Yeah, there it is.
Changing stances, doing damage in the solo lane.
Yeah, kind of
pressing buttons.
Kind of smashing all the buttons. He might like stance switchers. Call me crazy. So definitely something to watch. EOD Lunchbox, the man, the myth, the legend, the Lunchbox. This guy. If I remember correctly, yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure this guy is a support main. I've seen his games. I think I've seen his selfie as well. In the selfie channel. If you guys have not checked out the selfie channel, go check out all the battle stations that were submitted at one point in time. They are pretty sweet, except for our head IT guy, Oath. If you're listening to this, baby girl, I'm so sorry. We need to fix up your computer build. That looks like a fire hazard. But everyone else, loving it. I'm just razzing him a little bit, but that's a damn good pick. That's another steal.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of sleeper picks come out here at the end.
It's kind of crazy how some people actually drop in the draft itself.
Sometimes all those names can get overwhelming.
There's a lot. There's a lot of different names to actually go through here, and it's definitely a lot to try and digest, and then realize like this is my draft strategy. But then what happens when all of your top 3 in whatever role you had selected get drafted and they're off the board? Like it's really hard to just scramble. Especially when you have 2 minutes on the clock and it's just staring at you.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? Throw a dartboard at an ADC main? What if you land on somebody who's taken face punch Ymir in the dual lane, and now your entire team comp is messed up for the season?
That's exactly it. And this is why I always have the coin flip off Google as a bookmark. You never know what you got to do, man. Sometimes you just got to flip a coin. King Kerbis coming through, the fantasy god himself. The man, the myth, the legend, who actually developed the Smite Pro League Fantasy, which I participated in and came in, I think, 4th place.
Impressive.
No, Locken beat me. I'll never forget that. I'm actually still upset about that. His team got auto drafted, man, and he still beat me. King Kerbis, though, he's a goat in my mind.
Yeah, every role, every god. What's there? It's almost there's so much to talk about. What's there to talk about, kind of thing.
Exactly. King Kerbis is truly the king. So good for them. Welcome. You are now part of the Tactical Feeders with our Lord and Savior Nieshi. Okay, so moving on to the next pick, we got Unchained, a giant dog coming through. What is Giant Dog going to end up giving us here?
Yeah, it's digging through because you might think at the end of the draft here, like what's left to pick? Who is there left to pick? But we've seen these last couple picks that there's still so much talent out there to be grabbed, and I really hope Giant Dog is taking their time and has their research right at hand, because like this amount of players can be so overwhelming, and the last thing you want to do is skip over somebody. He's going to go 20-0 against you on game one, you know?
Simply for the memes and the puns, I'm so happy a giant dog went this route and picked up Scooby Daddy Doo. Look, man, there can't only be one dog in the fight, all right? We gotta have 2 dogs in the fight. That's my dog. Oh man, I'm gonna have so much fun watching their games.
It's gonna take me a second to talk.
I know, but I need a minute. Scooby Daddy Doo, platinum level jungle mid player, comfort picks. They simply wrote as of now. As far as playstyle goes, though, we don't really know which god as of right now is. But they like to try and play for an early snowball. They're looking to play around objectives and be more of a mid-late game sort of presence, trying to carry the snowball out to that sort of stage of the game. And they like more setup-oriented gods. So if they're going to be coming out from the jungle, I have to assume it's going to end up being gods like a Hun Batch and stuff like that really do actually set up the team. I do simply just adore the fact that we have 2 dogs on one team right now, though. And their team name is Unchained. That's hilarious. We might need to get them a Fenrir screen art or something soon, so I hope they have an artist on that team and just get something going.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if we can do, going back to body pillows, can we do Scooby-Doo body pillows for everybody on Giant Dog's team?
Just like a Clifford the Big Red Dog body
and
pillow.
The timing on this, cactus arms getting picked by Toe Taker. Ask and you shall receive.
Well, thank you. That is so good. Look, Anthony, I need you to take a minute, man. I'm still trying to digest this.
Yeah, absolutely. Cactus Arms is a solo support, and in Scouting Grounds, there was a 2-7-4 game on Cthulhu. So, going back to that Cthulhu we were talking about earlier, being able to play characters like that and use them effectively, things like that in these team-oriented competitive leagues are going to be so valuable. I just can't stress it enough.
Absolutely. And stat lines are not the end-all be-all.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, the main thing that matters is getting the win. So I've seen Cactus Arms play in the past, and I do believe Cactus Arms is a good player and a very valuable player at that. Very much a setup and a team fight oriented sort of player. So any team should be happy having Cactus, let alone Cactus Arms on your team. That sounds painful.
I wonder if Cactus Arms plays Sylvanas. That'd make me happy.
It has oh my god, man. It has the skin.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can't name yourself Cactus Arms and see that skin and not go out of your way to buy it.
That's exactly it. I would spend the $20 to do it. I mean, and obviously you get a cheat code. It's like aim hacks. You're always hitting the pole. Like you have
Absolutely.
to. Yeah. Gunaholic coming through. This guy's username in the Discord, I want to say is Freedom Eater, which had me just howling.
And on a team with Budweiser, I like that.
Oh my goodness, the freedom per minute is absurd. I've been notified that Cactus Arm does in fact play Sylvanas, and he also has the skin.
That makes me so happy. I can't put words to it.
Praise be.
Not that I'm trying to be biased, but you know.
I might be buying a jersey. Look, I don't know what to tell you, man. These things just write themselves. Oh my goodness. Gunaholic coming through though. Let's go through him real quick. We got a platinum level jungle ADC player coming through. They gave us a bit of what is this, an essay as far as their comfort picks, which frankly, if I had more time, I would actually read this one out loud. I do really like that you put a lot of thought into this. So Mr. Freedom Eater, I appreciate you, and I want that on record. They are a lane bully. They're looking to snowball early. They want to play around their objectives. They're also a shot caller. We don't see a whole lot of shot callers actually being listed as their playstyle in the qualifying sheet itself. So that's really nice to see. They do a lot of setup and burst gods as well. They're okay with having to be a split pusher if necessary. If that's what the team requires and that's what they need to do, then they will do it. And those are the two roles that you're going to see a lot of split push come out as far as a jungle ADC, whether it be late game, you have Fire Giant, jungle goes alone into the mid lane, and the rest of the team goes off into the left or right lane to push. Then yeah, that could also be a thing, as well as just the ADC, Apollo and Chernobog picks. But yeah, happy to see that one. We also have King Elixir 401 coming through at the 39th pick. Anthony, take it away.
It looks like we've got ourselves a platinum solo with a bit of a King Arthur, Osiris, and Baron Samdi coming in hot
Hello.
for the solo lane, which you can always find yourself, speaking of those late night rank grinders, if you find yourself a solo Baron Samdi at 2 a.m. I'm sorry.
I mean, there was a stretch where Baron was super meta in the solo lane. If you got Baron, you
absolutely
were just going nuts. But that's also when I guess the solo lane items were just really, really bad. And I think it was Warlock staff just got buffed at that point. So yeah, it does happen. Midriff coming up, and it looks like this is going to be the final pick of the Season 1 SDL draft for the Challenger Division coming through here. Midriff, what's it going to be? Show us the goods, my man. I'm excited to see what we got.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this come through. And just a big quick thank you to everybody who has hung out and been watching so far for the Challenger League draft.
It's been fun. It's
So
been
much
crazy.
fun.
We learned a lot about freedom. We learned about a lot about cactus arms.
My body pillow lack
My body
of
pillows.
somebody called me a cardboard cutout for liking water, and I just like you to go read a science book because I don't know how to tell you this.
Oh my goodness. Why don't you drink more Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, how could I?
Have I introduced you to our Lord and Savior, Pepsi Nitro? Oh my goodness. There was a... Guys, I want to see in the chat, let me know who you think is going to end up getting picked last in the Challenger draft. The 40th pick and the last pick of the Season 1 SDL Challenger draft. We got it coming up very shortly here, ladies and gentlemen. It's spicy.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this. And, I'm also as excited as I am to see this final pick. I am excited too. Being a free agent is not the end of the world. You are so important as a free agent in this league.
So there will be, you know what? Now that we have a little bit of downtime, let's actually go over that. There will be signups for new people who have just joined the league and they missed the sign-up period. Signups closed on September 23rd for the scouting grounds and for the Season 1 draft. However, that's not where your story ends, my friend. You can still sign up for the Season 1 free agent pool. And you will be given a chance to qualify for the league, and that will all be overseen by our friend Nathan DePaulo. He will be able to kind of handle that. We'll also be helping him out, myself and Cub, as far as that one goes. But the free agent pool is going to be definitely utilized by the captains themselves. We are trying to encourage a lot of movement between captains. So free agents will be something that is taken care of quite a bit and looked at. X0VO coming through.
And just like that, we have our final pick, and boy, am I excited about it. Looks like we have ourselves a gold mid ADC. And what have we been talking about this entire time?
Boy, oh boy,
My love
the
for flex rules, or flex rolls, combinations, ADCs.
So I am seeing our friend here has played 2 games as a mid laner. We have a Tiamat game that came through, as well as a Yu Huang, the Jade Emperor, played that as well. It looks like they actually won both their games as well. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see that. As far as the actual kill deaths go, on the Tiamat, we had a 2, 3, and 9. On the Jade Emperor, Yu Huang, we had a 6, 4, and 8. So these are more the Jade Emperor being a little more safe as far as a mid laner goes, but there's also a lot of setup there, a lot of setup potential as well too. So yeah, Zero might be one of those players who are there to actually be more of a backline setup sort of player for their actual well. So that's going to be very interesting. That's going to conclude our draft overall, though. Anthony, any final thoughts on the overall rosters?
I think for my overall thoughts, it's been honestly, I'm very impressed by the challenger drafts. We've seen well-rounding of their teams. We've seen a strong use of flex picks and a mixture, which honestly I like a lot for what we could see, come the season. A mixture of ranks. It wasn't just, find the highest ranked person and draft them first. There was a lot of exploring around in the pool, and I think that'll show itself off in the season as having been a great strategy by all these captains.
So if you had to pick two teams that you think are just on paper, they just look like really good teams overall, where are you going? Like, who are the two teams that stand out to you the most, if you have any?
I really like the variety in Team Unchained.
I do.
That was standing out a lot to me throughout it. And
For sure.
I feel like there was also a good variety and a lot of strength to be found in Nishi's team as well.
I was just looking at their team and I was thinking, like, man, that's a pretty good team. Right now, for me, the two teams that I think are standout teams are virtually with Remarkable Wolf and Optic
Absolutely.
Blaster. I think he came in with a very, very hard set sort of game plan. Which I've beaten to the death at this point, so I'm going to leave it be. But I think he had a very good draft. Toe Taker also had a really good draft, but the one that really stands out to me is Raylan, man. Grabbing Z-Tant, that. I know it's only the second round, but I'm surprised he actually fell to the second round. He might go down as arguably the biggest deal in the draft. So it'll be something. It'll be absolutely something. These teams are very exciting, though. I'm looking forward to actually starting the season out. I guess final reminder to everyone, just to let you know, the season 1 first set, and I guess going forward from there, will start on October 10th, 2022. That will be the start of the first play week. Right now, week 1, or I guess the week we're currently going in, Monday, October 3rd to the 9th. This is going to be more geared towards teams actually getting familiar with each other, trying to hash out schedules, and also trying to get your in-houses going. Scrims, getting your scrims going to get more familiar with your play style and everything. So take this time to all get familiar and get to know each other a little bit better, and then we will see you on October 10th.
Can't wait.
And this is Nathan DePaulo. I'm going to just jump in and say, congratulations to all the players who made it on a team, and a huge thank you to the captains for having such an organized draft. This went really seamlessly. I'm real impressed with that. And to all the players out there that wanted to get on a team but didn't, you are free agents now, and that is a good thing. We're going to have lots of things for free agents to do, like you alluded to earlier, Asian. So just thanks to everyone. Looking forward to an amazing season.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong